Hey there guys, and welcome back to another review, and today in this review I'm going to be looking at the Cybermen limited edition box set. Now this box set contains two stories and another documentary, so very similar to the Dalek tin, and this box set contains the 10th Planet and the Invasion, two very good Cybermen stories, and as I'll talk about them later on in the video, I'll give you my thoughts on some of the two stories that are in the box set. So it's a very nice looking box set. It's very blue, as you can see, and they've got a little sticker here, and if you can read that, it says it's a limited edition of 8,000 copies, so only 8,000 of these were made, and my number is 1,477. Now I'm trying to remember when I actually got this box set, because I got the Dalek tin from eBay, and I'm trying to think when the hell I got this. I think I managed to pick this up in like an antique shop near where I live, because my antique shop is quite good for Doctor Who stuff, fortunately, so it was quite nice to get that in there. Definitely a very interesting little box set, and I'll just show you what the design elements of this box set look like. So the text, you can't really tell on here, but the text is actually embossed, so it's quite a nice feel to it, and the Cybermen is embossed as well, so that's pretty cool. And then you've got the spine, which has got the sort of Tomb of the Cybermen emblem, like logo on it, and that just goes around, it goes all the way around like that. So it's a pretty cool design feature. And then on the back, which is quite a highlight for this box set, it's some really nice artwork of the Mondasian Cybermen, which just look absolutely fantastic. I really like that aspect to this box set. So without any further ado, let's take a look inside the box and see what we have here. So straight away we have the 10th Planet, which is William Hartnell's final story, and the story that introduces regeneration. I absolutely love the artwork for this release. I think it looks really good. I just love the artwork for that. And then we have the second story in the box set, which is a Patrick Troughton story, and it is of the Invasion, an absolutely brilliant story. And what's good about these releases is that the 10th Planet has a bonus interview with Annika Wills, if you can see that, and also this one has a bonus interview with Fraser Hines. So these CDs are worth picking up, even if you've already got them on DVD. Still worth picking up. So that's the Invasion. And then we have the origins of the Cybermen CD, which is written and read by David Banks, who played the Cyber Leader in Earthshock and Attack of the Cybermen and Silver Nemesis, I think. So yeah, that's quite a very interesting CD, and it features artwork as seen on the back of the box. So if this wants to stay up, yep. And then we have, much like the Dalek tin, it just shows what you've got in the box inside. So I won't read through it all again. But the total running time of this box is 5 hours and 50 minutes, so just slightly shorter than the Dalek box, which is quite interesting. So yeah, that's the two, what you get in the box. Now I'm just going to give you my thoughts briefly on the two stories. So the 10th Planet, of course, an iconic story for a number of reasons. It's, like I said, it's William Hartnell's last story, introduces regeneration, it's the first appearance of the Cybermen, so a lot of firsts as well, no pun intended for the first Doctor. So a brilliant story. If you want to read the back of this, you can, and just if you haven't experienced the story yet, I suppose this will be a good time to learn more about it. So there we go. Yeah, it's a story that I really like. I think even though the Doctor isn't really in it much, I still think it's a great story, because I just love the setting. I think the Cybermen are really creepy, and I think the black and white really helps as well. Now, the soundtrack is not much different. Obviously, it's just a soundtrack, so you can't see the image, which is not necessarily a huge problem, because the good thing about these audio box sets is that you can put them on your computer, you can download them to your iTunes account, and then you can transfer it to your phone, or whatever process you like to do it. So it's a very interesting story, and it only lasts for about an hour and 50 minutes, so it's not long. And if you're on holiday, you can always listen to this whenever you like. So that's why one way of looking at this box set. If you travel a lot and you want to listen to some good Doctor Who, then this is one that I suggest you go out and buy the CD of, because it's quite an interesting story to listen to, as well as watch. So that's one bonus. So I don't think there's really much else to say on this particular story. I could do a classic review of this, like I did with the Celestial Toymaker at some point, but No, a very, very interesting story. So yeah, that's the 10th planet. And then we have The Invasion, which is, of course, a fantastic Cybermen story, easily one of the best Cybermen stories, in my opinion. A great unit story, just all-round fantastic, fantastic story. There's not many problems I have with this. I mean, it runs along at a great pace, despite the fact it's, you know, eight parts long. So I think it's the second longest, no, the third longest Doctor Who story. It's just a very, very good story. I think Tobias Vaughan, I think that's how you pronounce his name. If I haven't, then I probably butchered it. He's a fantastic villain. The same actor who played Mavic Chen in the Daleks Master Plan, Kevin Stoney, who's a wonderful actor. So it's got 3 CDs, which is one of the reasons why it's quite a thick box, so as you can see that. Hopefully the lighting in here is not too bad, because I've actually got 2 lamps just to try and improve the lighting somewhat, and I think it's doing a fairly decent job, but if not, then never mind. But yeah, a brilliant story, lots of great action, lots of great, you know, explosions, great characters, a lot of memorable moments, and the Cybermen look brilliant in it, some very iconic imagery in there as well. With the Cybermen walking away from St. Paul's Cathedral, a very iconic Doctor Who moment right there. And you know, it's a soundtrack, so like I said, if you're going on holiday or you're just relaxing in the garden and you want to listen to some Doctor Who, then this is probably the perfect story to do that, because it's a long story and you can just chill out for however long you want to and listen to The Invasion. So it's perfect. Not one of my favourite Doctor Who stories, but it's definitely, I do highly regard the story as being an absolute classic. It's definitely one that I recommend. I will suggest checking out the DVD purely because of the animation, because that animation is probably the best animation they've ever done. Certainly one of the best ones anyway. I think the Macroterra one was pretty good, and the Invasion animation is also very good. It's just a great story, and it's quite different listening to it as a sort of audio CD, but I suppose you may as well just watch the DVD, because I guess you could argue this box set is a bit pointless, but one of the benefits to get this box set is because of the origins of the Cybermen CD, because it's quite an interesting listen. And David Banks, I think he has done a book on the Cybermen, because I think he's just a massive Cybermen fan by the looks of it, because he did play the Cyber Leader in this TV series. So it's very interesting. If you want to read the back of this, I don't know if I've already shown this, but I'll show it again anyway. It's there's the blurb. It says, an introduction to the history of the Cybermen, written and read by Cyber Leader himself, David Banks. So yeah, well worth getting if you're interested in Cybermen, because I know a lot of people love the Cybermen. I don't know if I prefer the Daleks to the Cybermen. I think they're still both fantastic Doctor Who villains. Is that too dark? I can't really... I think it might be too dark, actually, but that's a fault on my part. So yeah, well worth getting for this little CD if you want to find out more about the Cybermen, but you probably know a lot about them anyway. But it's always worth tracking down, and it does make for quite a nice collector's piece, because this box set is very, very good, and I think a good price for this box set would probably be around the £30 mark, because, or £25, because as I said, the stories already exist for the most part, with a couple of episodes missing, but that's just the way it is. So I'd say the Dalek tin is probably better than this. That's mainly because I think the stories are just a bit better, and I'm more of a Dalek fan, so that means I'm probably just a little bit biased on my part, but definitely worth tracking down if you're a sad collector like me and likes limited edition like items and whatever. But yeah, as I said, I would recommend this box set if you want to download these onto your phone or whatever device you like to download music on, and just take it away on holiday and just have a good time with these stories in audio format. So I guess that pretty much concludes this review for the Cybermen box set. Let me know what you think of this particular box set, and let me know what you think of the 10th Planet and the Invasion, as well as the little documentary on the side. So I think that pretty much concludes this, so thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon, so goodbye.